I want to talk to the woman who keeps telling herself she should be happy because on paper, her life may look fine, maybe even good. She has people who love her, she has family, a job, a home, responsibilities, people who depend on her. Maybe she has achieved things she once prayed for, and yet she keeps feeling this restlessness, this heaviness, this quiet dissatisfaction that she can't quite explain. And every time it comes up, she shuts it down. She tells herself, other people have it worse. I should be grateful. My life is not bad. Maybe I'm just tired. Maybe I'm going through a phase. Maybe I'm being selfish. But what if you do not hate your life? What if you're simply tired of disappearing inside of it? There is a difference. You can love your children and still miss the woman you were before your entire identity became mom. You can love your husband and still feel lonely, unseen, or disconnected from yourself. You can appreciate your career and still know you are called towards something different. You can be grateful for your home and still dream about living somewhere else. You can acknowledge everything good in your life without using gratitude as a weapon against your own truth. Gratitude is not supposed to silence you. It is possible to say, I am thankful for what I have and I know that I want more. Those two things can't exist together. I think so many women have built lives around everyone else and then wondered why they feel empty. They know what everyone else wants. They know their children's schedules, their partner's preferences, their boss's expectations, their family's needs. They know which groceries to buy, which bills are due, which appointments need scheduled, which forms need signed, and which problems need handled. But ask them, what do you want? And their mind goes blank. Not because they have no desires, because they've spent so long treating their desires as irrelevant. They've learned that everyone else's needs are real needs. Their own needs are optional. Everyone else's dreams are important. Their own dreams can wait. Everyone else gets protected calendar time. They get whatever's left. And usually there's nothing left. So they start saying they don't know who they are. They feel guilty because they have a life they were told they should want, but they do not feel alive inside of it. There's a sentence I keep coming back to. She built a life around everyone else, and now she's ready to create one that finally includes her. That is not selfish. It is overdue because you're not a supporting character in your own life. You're not only someone's wife, someone's mother, someone's employee, someone's caretaker, someone's problem solver. You are a whole human being with desires, preferences, gifts, curiosity, purpose, sensuality, creativity, ambition, and dreams. And those parts of you do not disappear because you become responsible. They just get quieter when they're ignored. Sometimes dissatisfaction is not a sign that you're broken. Sometimes it's a sign that something within you is still alive. Something within you remembers that you were meant to do more than manage logistics. Sometimes the discomfort is the whisper, that quiet inner knowing that says, this is not all there is for you. The problem is that the whisper usually speaks softly. Fear is loud. Responsibility is loud. Other people's opinions are loud. The voice that says, what will everyone think is loud. The voice that says, you should just be grateful is loud. And the quiet voice inside you gets drowned out. But it does not go away. You can get busier. It remains. You can tell yourself it's unrealistic, but it remains. You can ask 10 people what they think you should do. It remains. You can spend years trying to convince yourself that you do not want what you want, but it remains. Maybe you're not confused. Maybe you are afraid of what will happen if you finally tell yourself the truth. Because once you admit you want something different, you may have to make different choices. You may need boundaries. You may disappoint people. You may need help. You may need to stop carrying responsibilities that were never yours to begin with. You may have to admit that the life that looks good does not fully fit anymore. And that is scary. But living the same year over and over because change scares you is also scary. Waking up 10 years from now and realizing you gave yourself another decade of scraps is scary. Watching your children learn that adulthood means abandoning yourself is scary. So no, I do not think you are ungrateful. I think you are beginning to hear yourself again. And maybe you don't know exactly what you want yet. That's okay. You don't need the full map before you acknowledge that you're not happy with the current destination. The first step is not blowing up your life. The first step is just telling the truth. Where have I disappeared? What do I miss about myself? What do I envy when I see it in other women? What am I pretending not to want? What would I choose if I know nobody would be angry, disappointed, or inconvenienced? Those questions are not selfish. They are the doorway, and you are allowed to walk through it. Write this down. Where am I present for everyone else, but absent from my own life? Sit with it. Don't rush to fix it. Just tell yourself the truth. And in the comments, finish the sentence. I miss the version of me who blank.